You say that children are wired to love their parents. Do you believe that the parent is wired to love their child as well, or is it different?
If I had to just give a guess, I would say that people start out with the potential for loving their children, really for making emotional bonds with other people is what it boils down to. And that we start out with that. We are equipped with those parts of the brain that are ready to be developed. But if they don't get responded to and they aren't brought into being in a bonded relationship with their caregiver, then I think those parts of the brain don't mature in a way that they then can even get it back later. Meaning that if you pass certain benchmarks in your attachment process at certain ages, I think the longer that goes on, the harder it is to go back and try to, kind of re-inject that bonding experience or that love experience. And I think it's very possible that there are parents who really don't seem to love their children. I mean, that's a hard thing to say, to even admit to consciousness, but I think it's very possible that people can be so damaged by the time they become adults that they really don't feel love for their children. Now, along with that, though, I think that there can be people who do feel some love as long as they're not under too much stress or, they're feeling well resourced, they're maybe things are going well for them. I think then maybe they can enjoy and love their children. But as soon as there is stress, or as soon as the child begins to act in a stressful way, that can evaporate because the emotionally immature parent just can't handle it. They have to try to make it stop, whatever it is that the child's doing that they don't like. And they certainly are not acting lovingly when they're doing that. So, maybe it's an academic point, but I think I think it is possible for there to be a grown-up that has been so damaged in their early attachment experiences that they are not interested in loving their child and don't feel it. But for the most part, it seems to me that people feel a mix, that the parents feel a mix. Now, you can see this when there's an estrangement. The parent may act in such a way that the child decides not to have any further contact, and there is a complete breakdown in the relationship, and the child refuses to see the parent. There's an estrangement. Now, at that point, the parent seems to get in touch with their love for the child, and then they want the child back. They're trying to get the relationship back. And you can argue and say, well, is that true love, or are they trying to get that kid back because they want control, or they don't want their family messed up, or what is the true motive? But I think we can call that a form of love. Maybe if it's only control, okay, it's only control. There's no love there. But usually there's a mix, that they are touched by their child. They do miss their child. It's just that their coping skills are so limited and their defenses are so strong that even when they get a chance to get back in touch with their child, it's very hard for them to admit what they've done or listen to the child or accept boundaries. So they don't act very lovingly, even though I think somewhere deep down they love the child in the way that they can and especially if they're not stressed. But it isn't the kind of love that makes another person feel seen. And it isn't the kind of love that makes a person feel like they're safe with them.